Well, joining me now is Mukerrem Miftah Shafi. He is an assistant professor at the Social Sciences University of Ankara. Thanks so much for speaking to us. You know, 1 minute it sounds like progress, then you speak to the next analyst and you hear the military is not going to let go of power. Is the latter what we're seeing now?
Well, it seems as if starting from April 12, the condition seems to be suggesting that the military may not necessarily be really, walking away from its initial position to rule the country for the coming 2 years. And in fact, it was the idea which was spelled out by Awad, who was the first military council leader, who pointed out that it was their intention to rule the country for the coming 2 years. And in the course of, weeks, we haven't seen any fundamental change in that regard, despite the fact that we've seen recently the dialogue between the opposition representatives under the Sudanese Professional Association and the Coalition for Freedom and Change, even though they have agreed on the terms of, for how long this transition will be going. I think it's been settled that it's going to be for 3 years. They haven't actually agreed on probably one of the fundamental questions of the transition, for who is going to be or who is going to constitute the leadership of the civilian rule.
Right.
And I think that remains to be a serious cause of concern.
But those are two very separate issues. I mean, the interest of the military to hold on to power, as some are accusing it of, that it actually wouldn't matter if the opposition comes up with a strong leadership or a better organized alliance. What's your take on that? Do you think it is the military digging in its heels starting early on? I mean, we still have 3 years to go before this transition was supposed to even take place. Or do you see the civilian alliance needing really to step up more and actually show it has an organization that can lead the country better than the military can?
Yeah, but that's an important question. Essentially, that's a question which we have been asking for the last, 2 months so far. So there's one important question, though, an important point that we need to be really cautious of, that Sudan, in its modern political history from 1956 on, politics in general, or state administration, or in general, the political field has always been under the dominance of the military since 1969 throughout the 21st century up until now, the present coup. The military is a very, dominant constant that continues to shape how politics is undertaken in the country. So despite this stronghold of the military regime, the military council, who are now currently ruling the country, the civilian representatives under the Sudanese Professional Association and the military Coalition for Freedom and Change, I think they're doing their best, but unfortunately, when we look at their organization, some of the individuals who are represented in that coalition, they've not necessarily been really in dialogue, except for this immediate cause of concern, which brought them together. So there is a problem of synchronization between them. And again, an important point which probably needs to be considered is to what extent this protest will be going and how the protesters, the organizers of the protest, lead the protest, to what extent and under what circumstance. These things will, I think, determine the extent to which how it's going to be successful.
Okay, Mukerrem Miftah Shafi, thank you so much for joining us there from Ankara.